Bernard Hopkins versus Sergey Kovalev, HBO 24/7, Episode 1. My thoughts on it. I think there is only one episode, though. But the unification belt for how many titles? I think 3 titles are at stake. WBO, Sergey Kovalev's WBO. Bernard Hopkins, IBF, and WBA, I'm pretty sure. And Sergey Kovalev, undefeated, wrecking ball. Hopkins, the experienced alien, has never been stopped. And I thought it was HBO 24/7 does a good job, great job. I like it better than Showtime All Access. And from the music to the narration, I just like it. I enjoy every episode, but let's get into the episode. Okay, what did it start with? Bernard Hopkins going to the doctor, seeing if he's still healthy to fight, going through a physical. They did a range of tests, reflexes and all that, he says, and just cardio and all that. And he passed with flying colors. He far exceeded them. And that's where he got the name 2 years ago, the Alien, because stuff he was doing. He used to be B-Hop. He used to be Executioner. Now he's the Alien because his body, the doctor said his body's like a 20-year-old. So anyway, yeah, he went to the doctors, all fine. They followed him. He's laying on the doctor's bed with the green alien mask on. It's pretty funny. What do you call it? Doctor tells him to bend over. Doctor's behind him feeling his back. He's like, yeah, I don't like this position, doc. But so you got some humor in there. Then you got Kovalev going to the doctor too, but not for himself, going for his wife. He's having his first kid. It's going to be a boy. And I think it's going to probably be born before the fight, I think. And he's going to obviously, when the baby's being born, he's going to be there, but then he's going to go back to training. I'm not sure when the baby's going to be born, but it looks like it's almost due. So you got that, and then you got Hopkins going to this cafe. He goes to 2 times a day, every day, the same time every day, 2 times a day, and they make his meals for him. He's very health conscious. He likes to know what he's eating, and that contributed to where he is today. He takes care of his body like a temple. Bernard Hopkins. He eats the right food. He sleeps good. He he's doing it right. He's very wise. He's not training harder, he's training smarter, and that's the idea. You don't want to overtrain and overcompensate. You got fighters, Freddie Roach said it too. He said, I don't want Manny Pacquiao training harder. I want him actually training less, because the misconception and it's like the natural instinct of fighters. They think when they get older and people are telling them, oh, you're getting older, you can't be doing that as well anymore. They tend to be like, oh, I'm going to prove them wrong. I'm going to train even harder. And then they end up doing more harm. They're burnt out when the fight comes, or they're doing damage to their body because they're training too hard, because they're overcompensating for their age. They think if they train harder that they're going to maintain what they were when they're young, but it's actually the opposite. You got to train less and train smarter and more rest. And Hopkins knows that. He's eating well. He's taking care of his body. No drugs or alcohol, any of that. The guy lives the lifestyle, and that's a dangerous fighter. A guy who lives the fight. Not just dangerous, but that's a guy who's always ready. Especially, he's always ready. He's ready to fight any day. He's always on weight and stuff like that. So, and then you got Hopkins. Sergey Kovalev training in Big Bear. The trainer, I forget what his trainer's name is, but he fought Hopkins before. He sparred him before, and he's just saying pretty much like, he's saying, I don't care. He says he's an alien. He's not alien. He's a human. And he's like, he's not an alien. This is a 50-year-old man. I don't care people saying, oh, he's training just as good as ever. No, he's not. He's a 50-year-old man. We're gonna knock this old guy out. And that's the mentality he told Kovalev to go in with. You gotta treat him like a 50-year-old man, and you gotta press the action, and you gotta make the fight. You can't let Hopkins get comfortable. and that's pretty much it. You can't wait on Hopkins. You gotta really be aggressive. Just like kind of example like Maidana Mayweather, the first fight, the way Maidana was coming on Mayweather, that's what Kovalev's got to do. He's got to press the action like that, and definitely, obviously, that fight's going to be way different than this fight because Kovalev just got way more power, and Hopkins 50. So, yeah, kind of the Kovalev's trainer kind of bitter about Hopkins, but then again, he is training him. They want to win, so whatever they happen in their personal life, maybe he doesn't like Hopkins. I don't know, but Kovalev's trainer he knows they're coming to win this fight. He's on Kovalev's side, so even if he is bitter and talking like that, but anyway, and then Kovalev's like, we got to make Hopkins stop boxing because he doesn't want to stop himself, so we got to get him out of there. And it's funny when he's working out on the grass and his little Yorkie dog's beside him. I don't know if that's his dog or someone else's dog, but he has a water ball in his hand. He crushes up. He's like, "This is what I'm going to do to Hopkins," and the dog's just looking at him like it's pretty funny. I don't know, if you ask me, Kovalev is getting better each fight. He's reaching his prime, and he's getting dangerous each fight. And this is a very dangerous fight for Hopkins. You got to give respect to Hopkins for taking this fight because Kovalev is reaching his peak. He's getting better, and this was, if he took the fight maybe a couple fights back, then Hopkins would have had a better chance. But Kovalev is he's adding on experience each fight. He's getting better, and now he's at that level where he has experience to fight someone like Hopkins. It's just like, I compare it to like a Canelo Mayweather. Canelo was young and hungry, but he wasn't experienced enough. He was too young. Mayweather picked him when he was early, and he capitalized on his inexperience. But Kovalev, on the other hand, he's had that experience. He is hungry and dangerous, but he's worked up. He's got that experience. So experience-wise, Kovalev's ready for this fight, and I just got to give respect to Hopkins for even taking this fight, win or lose. The guy's a Hall of Fame fighter, Hopkins, and yeah, you got to respect Hopkins for taking this fight. Definitely, he can win the fight, but who knows? He could get easily he gets steamrolled like the other opponents. Who knows what's going to happen? That's the beauty of this fight. That's the anticipation. In my opinion, this is one of the most anticipated fights of the year because in Mayweather Maidana, yeah, it was interesting to see the second fight, to see how things would work out. Pacquiao vs. Bradley 2, that was a very interesting fight. But this fight's definitely up there, though. And if I had to put what fight is more interesting to see what happens, the Pacquiao-Algieri or this fight, I'd probably pick this fight because this fight, you don't know what's going to happen, really. Hopkins, is he going to prove everyone wrong, or is Kovalev going to steamroll him? Because we all know Hopkins has the ability to maybe, to expose Kovalev. If he moves right, he could maybe make it to the 12th round and win decision. Pacquiao-Algieri, it's more heavily favored for Pacquiao. We think Algieri hasn't shown anything to make us think that he has a very big chance. I'm not saying he can't win, but I'm saying for this fight, Hopkins has a chance of winning because he's proved it for 50 years. And Kovalev, we all know what he can do. We'll see if he steamrolls through Hopkins. So this is a very anticipated fight because you don't know what's going to happen. And it's very exciting because this is Kovalev's first big opponent too. And the fact that Hopkins took this fight is incredible. I was shocked. But yeah, so episode review, just showing Hopkins doing the smart training, training smarter, showing his wisdom, talking about that stuff. Then he said, one thing he said, I don't fear no one, and it doesn't matter who you are, I don't fear no one, I don't feel fear. And what does that mean? It means that they fear me. Well, I don't think it necessarily means that just because you don't fear anyone doesn't mean the guy in front of you is going to fear you. Because Kovalev doesn't fear you. and Kovalev doesn't fear anyone. I think if you're a fighter, you shouldn't fear anyone. If you do, you probably shouldn't be there. But anyway, good episode showing their training. Kovalev training Big Bear. Hopkins training his hometown of Philadelphia with Nazim Richardson, showing his wisdom, training smart. Kovalev just training Big Bear, showing his strength and conditioning workouts with the weights. He's looking powerful, and I expect a knockout from Kovalev to win middle rounds. But you never know. Hopkins is an alien. He can pull it off. So good episode. Let me know what you guys thought about HBO 24/7, Hopkins, Kovalev, and don't miss the fight November 8 on HBO pay-per-view. I think it's pay-per-view, yeah. But it's on November 8. It should be worthy of pay-per-view. I actually forget if it is, but yeah, it should be. And then following after, it's Manny Pacquiao versus Chris Algieri, HBO 24/7. The first episode is airing right after that, so don't miss that. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Let me know what you guys think about the episode, and who do you think will win this fight?